Hello internets, interwebs, welcome to the channel, it's Ian here. You find me on the Epping Road. Heading towards Epping, but I'm not going to Epping. And no guest hosts today, I'm afraid. It's Tuesday, so all the guest hosts are convalescing from having to get their content, quote unquote, out on Sundays, because they all put it out on Sunday, except one or two of them. Yeah, so the effort of making sure they had some quote unquote content, and whatever that might be, whatever. Oh, it used to be 60 long here. Or maybe that was just a change. Yes, it was. And yeah, so they're having a rest. It takes at least 2 days to rest from all that effort of making content. Yeah, so I'm not actually going. Excuse me. This is the Epping Road, but I'm going to avoid Epping because it's usually a traffic jam. And we are going to turn right along this road coming up here, and we're going to head to somewhere called Epping Upland. Now, today is Tuesday. I might have mentioned that already. And this is a kind of new semi-regular series that I'm going to do on Tuesdays, because as you know, I refuse to be restricted by the need to make regular. Oh, it's got to be every Tuesday, or it's got to be every Sunday. I'm not doing that. This isn't a job for me. It's something I'm doing for pleasure, and I'm sharing it with you. Sharing my pleasure. That sounds a little dodgy, doesn't it? But whatever. Yeah, but so it's going to be a kind of semi-regular series, which I'm going to do on Tuesdays, and it's just going to be kind of catching up with what I've been up to with the channel, talking about things I said I would do and either have done or haven't done, and why, and you know, saying the things I want to be doing in the next month or something. And now we've got lots of people, you know, just talking aimlessly on motorcycles. Some admit that it's, you know, just them gibbering on, and others actually call it research and content. But yeah, so we've got, you know, we've got twitterings, we've got utterings, we've got mutterings, we've got murmurings. Pretty much every adjective for gibberish on the motorcycle is taken, and some of them are good, and some of them are, quite frankly, less good. Let's be charitable about it. So I'm going to call mine. Oh, we've had murmurings as well. I saw murmurings today. Yeah, and the trouble with that is, unless they have something, unless it's a regular thing, like there's a guy called Tame, who basically goes out a ride every Monday and Friday, and you know, shows photographs from other YouTubers and stuff like that, and just goes, oh, this is a nice road, blah blah blah, and what's happening in the area, and videos that his YouTube buddies have made. That's great. Others, it just turns into a rant in a sort of I borrowed Stuart Shillingham's tinfoil hat kind of way. Yeah, so that's hopefully not what I'll be doing. So like I say, so it's just a channel catch-up thing on a semi-regular basis. So just when I think I need to do it, as opposed to it's going to be every Tuesday. Anyway, so the title I have decided to call it is Tuesday Twaddle, because let's face it, That's what it is. It's just twaddle mostly. So today is Tuesday. It's the last week in May. The last full week in May. It's the 23rd of May. So what have I been up to? Let's look at what I've been up to on the channel, or what I've said I've been up to, whether I've done it, and if I haven't, why. Yeah, so I've just the other week, like 10 days ago, put up the first episode of my Isle of Wight trip, and that is in a playlist called Adventures brackets holidays. I think it's brackets holidays, it might just be adventures, because the YouTubers, they don't have holidays. Ordinary people have holidays. Ordinary people go away for, you know, and spend one or more nights away from home, and they call that a holiday. If you're a YouTuber, it's not a holiday, it's an adventure. Okay? We are special. We don't have holidays, we have adventures. You know, the ordinary Joe Schmoes of the world have holidays. So yeah, so that's in adventures. I think I've got the second one in the can, as I say. I do most of my editing in the can. This is out the middleman. And yeah, so the second episode's in the can. I think it's going to be 3 episodes in total. I went for 3 days, so although it's not day 1, day 2, day 3 at all. You know, there's no sense to anything I do, really, is there? We're not in London. So yeah, so there's that. So so the second episode will be coming out once I get to some decent interweb, because during the week I'm just on the old mobile data. It's unlimited, but it can be slow for longer videos. So there's that. What else did I say I was going to do? I was going to fix my jacket. I have done that, and that was in a video. It's you know, it's not perfect. I get the odd bit of lift still on the patches because I use silicone, which, strictly speaking, isn't glue, I suppose. But it's very easy just to stick back down again with a bit of silicone. You know, the whole aim of fixing the jacket was just to get a bit more life out of it. So yeah, so you know, mission achieved. I think it should last me a little while. I don't need it to be waterproof anymore. Not that it was ever really waterproof, but showerproof or whatever. Not since, well, it is kind of waterproof, but like any fabric jacket, eventually, if you're in really heavy rain, it's just going to get saturated, and you might not get wet inside, but it's it takes ages to dry at the end of the day, and you probably will get wet inside. But yeah, so because so the reason I don't need it to be waterproof anymore is because I bought a new waterproof jacket to go over, an over jacket, which you will see in episode 3, hopefully, of the Isle of Wight adventure videos, adventure bracket holiday videos. Yeah, it's a nice bright yellow car, nice car. Oh yes, park on the bends, why don't you? Yeah, so that's that. What was I said that I was going to do, but I didn't do? A couple of things. I did say that I was going to go to Snetterton to watch the races. Now, that was the day after I came back from Epping. Is now behind me, so I've bypassed Epping. That was on the day after I came back from the Isle of Wight, and I didn't go because it absolutely chucked it down with rain. So and when I go to these things, I try and go on the back roads, and to be honest, it's not the most pleasant of riding when it's absolutely persisting down with precipitation. So I didn't go to that. The other thing I said I was going to do, more of that later. The other thing I said to do was the Stonham Barns bike nights. Well, I've been twice. The first night, the first time I went, I didn't film it at all. I just wanted to get there, work out how to get there, get the lay of the land, blah blah blah. The second time I did film it, but I wasn't overly happy with aspects of it. Primarily, kind of getting lost and ending up on the A14, which was a nightmare. And then being the victim of the Garmin's adventure routes. Yeah, so that footage and the audio that goes with it will forever be archived, as they say, on my hard drives. It was looking sunny earlier, but it's yeah. So more of that later. Now it's later now. So things I am planning to do. Well, I'm planning to go to Stonham Barns this Thursday if the weather is, you know, amenable to it. It's the end of May, so it's not getting dark until like 9:30. So that means I can go there and come back, and it still be light-ish by the time I get back, which is brilliant. So this Thursday I'm hoping to do that. And the Snetterton thing, well, the next set of races, set of Bemsley races I'm going to be in the UK for is going to be at the beginning of July, and that's up at Cadwell Park in Lincolnshire. So hopefully, if the weather is amenable, we're going to at least one day of that. Yeah, so that's what's coming up. Plus the second and third episodes of the Isle of Wight. Yeah, so you know, thinking about the Isle of Wight trip and what I've learned. Well, the main thing was I kind of worked out what I need, what's a good idea to take and what isn't, and what isn't a good idea was the pillow, which was, you know, ended up being huge and taking up far too much space, and my sleeping mat, which I've got currently, which is a really nice sleeping mat, insulated, self-inflating, blah blah blah, and everything, but it just takes up too much space. So I've got a kind of a cheap one off Amazon, which is just blowy up. It's just like an airbed, blowy up, 5 centimeters thick, a lot less space. It's not insulated, not self-inflating or anything. So yeah, I'm going to try that out in the next couple of camps and see if it's alright. If it isn't, I'll take the insulated one. I'm still thinking about the tent, whether I take the full tent or not. I can have it so that I just have the fly sheet and the footprint, and then just sleep in a bivvy bag inside, treat it like a tarp. I might do that, but if I've got the space, I'll take the inner as well. There's a few other things I probably won't be taking, like the candle lantern and things like that. I'm pretty much sorted about what I'm going to take. I think I've got. I'm hopefully going for 2 or 3 nights in the New Forest, sometime in June, and maybe another trip out, just to finalise the kit I'm going to take. But I need to pare down on the volume, because for a simple reason. For the simple reason that I've, you know, there's a load of tech I want to take with me. I want to take all my gear, all my recording gear. I might take my computer as well, so I can do a bit of editing and uploading while I'm actually away in Ireland, or at least the editing and dumping the footage onto hard drives off my memory cards and so on. So yeah, so I need to make some space for that. I think I'm getting there. Yeah, so that's about it for the channel at the moment. I think we're going to turn left here. Straight on is a little town called Ambridge. We're not going, not Ambridge. That's in the, oh, look at that hole. Nice. Wouldn't see that on the Isle of Wight. Not Ambridge, that's in the Archers. Abridge. And there used to be a nice place there called the Log Cabin, very popular with motorcyclists and locals and stuff. It was like a cafe, bacon sandwiches, that sort of thing, cups of tea, sausage sandwiches, you know, meat in a sandwich basically. But I went there last week when I tried to do this for the first time. It's closed. I don't think it survived COVID. Although if you go on Google, it says it's open and permanently closed. So anyway, but it's definitely permanently closed. The last activity on their Facebook page, which they used for their internet presence, was in 2020. So yeah, definitely closed. So if you were thinking of going to the log cabin in Abridge, I would bother. This is a nice road when you can concentrate and not talk to people. But let's do that. Shopping state, huh? Ah, beautiful countryside. Over there, some sort of motorway. Who'd have thought it? Fast, isn't it? Oh, while I was away in the Isle of Wight, I was shooting everything on super wide, and I'm not sure I like it, so I'm just on wide today. Yeah, that's why things look bigger. If I don't like this, I'll just go to normal eventually. I think wide is probably the best for this purpose. This road used to be quite nice without all the potholes. Very nice on the sports bike. yeah, so I think that's about it as far as twaddle goes. Occasionally I might talk about what's happening on YouTube and you know, other things I've seen, both good and bad. I think today I won't. I won't any more so than I already have. So yeah, I guess I'll just end with a bit of riding footage. I might have a bit more twaddle if I think of it. Oh yes, well I said next week I'm going to Ireland by aeroplane, and I'll be driving around in a car. So if I do any twaddle, if I do a Tuesday twaddle next week, it will be on 4 wheels. So there we go. I might see you then. I might see you. Oh, I love that sound. I might see you for a twaddle then. Roadkill. Did I say I was hopefully going to Sonnenbarns this? Yes, I did. I'm hopefully going to Sonnenbarns this Thursday. Yes, if the weather is okay. Yes, okay. You can tell this is unscripted, can't you? Without I forget whether I said stuff or not. Perhaps I should have a list just here. Oh yes, I take my ride today, and the old just have a bit more twaddle. I've got tyre pressure gauges on this thing, and when it goes below the predetermined level that Triumph have decided, it goes a bit melodramatic. Stop immediately and stuff. So the back one was on shortly after I left, shortly after I started this ride, this ride, not this ride day, this ride, but it, after a couple of minutes obviously warmed up and the pressure increased, so the warning went off. But I stopped at the petrol station before I started filming to fill it up anyway, just make sure it was up to the pressure required, which I did, and then I thought, oh no, I might as well just do the front one as well. So it's one of those digital ones where you costs £1. I remember when air was free. Yeah, so I paid my £1 and yeah, set it up to the pressure I wanted, and I did the back one, that's fine. And then I did the front one, fine. And then started up the bike, and after 10 seconds, the front warning came on. And the machine had emptied the air. So I had to stop again and use my portable compressor, and it emptied it to about 26 from the 36 that I wanted it to do. Anyway, yeah, so I paid £1 to remove air. Yeah, I paid £1 to remove air from my tyres. That's today's rant. There's probably some government scheme to stop motorcyclists using petrol or something. I'll have to check with someone who wears a tinfoil hat on that one. I think this is Ongar. We're coming up to Ongar. The tube used to come up to here, but not anymore. Stops at Epping now. Although there is a preservation line that runs from Ongar to Epping. Can't get off in Epping. But yeah, they've got steam trains, diesel trains. I'm not sure if they've got an electric train. They might have an electric train, and Route Master and RT buses as well. I might go there for it's not too far from Harlow. I might make that one of my day trips in the near future. Well, I have promised. Oh, that's another thing I promised. Oh, more twaddle, everyone. My trip to Dungeness. That hasn't happened at all, has it? That seems to have fallen off the agenda. Thank you for reminding me, whoever reminded me. Yeah, so maybe I'll put that back on the agenda. There's a secret nuclear bunker to the right. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, so maybe I'll try and do that before I go to Ireland. I'm also hoping to get a drone before I go to Ireland and get good at using it. Everyone's got drones, you know. You're not anybody if you haven't got a drone. Yeah, especially I'm going on like a month-long trip. We add variety to the footage. I don't. So the plan is the camera, which is now on my chin bar, which is the DJI Osmo 3. That'll be my main camera. I've still got my GoPro 4. I'm going to use that for looking backwards or something. And a drone. Trying to get a drone, and also a tripod camera. I'm going to do, you know, tripod shots. I mean, whizzing past or whatever. I was going to start looking at how I might do that today, but that ain't going to happen, I don't think. There, down there. That's where it is. The Epping Ongar Railway. Yes, I might plan a trip. I know how much you all like trains. All my subscribers, my thousands of followers, they all like older trains. I often get asked to go on more heritage train trips. Okay, we're going to turn left here, back here, and we're going to head back to the flesh pots of Harlow, where the millionaires live.